Hey there! Playing Overwatch in a competitive team is just awesome. We are going to show you several options from recruiting a single player to building a complete roster or creating one from scratch in this video, guiding you through the process and giving tips and tricks about how to form a team or fill an incomplete roster. Let's get to it! Hello guys, welcome to the Dojo. The Overwatch League will come in 1 year and we want to help you prepare to get good enough to make it to the compound. Playing ranked games is one thing, but participating in competitive Overwatch is a whole new level that you need to experience. We made an introductory video about that, check it out now. In this video, we are going to see how to recruit, trial and select players for an Overwatch competitive team, also discussing the methods pertaining to this process. We are going to see how to recruit players and judge their skills, tailoring your roster in a way that helps you build a great team. Let's get to it then. If you are looking to complete your roster and become a full team, there are several free tools that you can use. Let's start with the browser-based ones. These websites can be used to look for a team or search members for yours. We are not associated with these sites by any means, we just find them useful for this purpose. Here are two of them. The first step for recruiting teammates is to create an account that will enable you to contact players. Make sure that you use an email that you frequently check, so don't miss any new messages on the platform. Once your account is validated, you can post an ad. We are using Overwatch Team Up as an example. Click the Get Listed Free button and write your recruitment ad. A good ad will have these characteristics. A short introduction of your team. Your region. What is your goal? For example, casual playing, ranked 6 stack, scrims, tournaments, or even pro play. What is your schedule? How much time commitment do you need from the players? A rank from which you accept players. Age requirements. Traits you are looking for example, able to take and provide constructive criticism, open-minded, or anything that comes to your mind. Specific roles that the players need to fill. After finishing your ad, you can post it and wait for responses. You can bump your ad once a day, keep it visible. Searching players on Discord is another good way to build a team. Discord is a lot more responsive usually, but needs more work from your part as well. You can use the biggest Overwatch Discord servers and look for channels with LF in their names. Here are some examples on the screen. You can use them all at once, construct your ad according to the guidelines we gave earlier. Make sure that you respond to the direct messages in a timely manner and you have a plan for trying them out and accepting them to the team. If you want to have more ideas where to look for potential teammates or recruits, head on to the Overwatch Dojo Discord and ask your question. There is a nice and active community helping each other here. You can join us. Alright, let's talk about creating a full 6-man team for Overwatch. If you want to recruit a full roster, you have two possibilities. One is recruiting an existing team with experience to fill your lineup, or building a roster from scratch and working from the ground up. Both of these have pros and cons. Let's start with the first one. Recruiting an existing roster that is not full can be beneficial, as they already have some common experience. In case they fill the exact roles you need to complete your team, you are in luck. It may be hard to fit your lineup in some cases, however. Let's see the pros and cons of this. Let's start with the pros. The players already know how to work together, so you don't have to start fresh with them. And they have common experience that they can use to enhance your teamwork and vice versa. Let's see the cons. They may have habits that are not to your standards and will take time and persuasion to fix. For example, tardiness or problems with authority or something like that. Now, when you are building a new roster, it has several advantages and it is a really valuable experience for anyone getting into competitive Overwatch. Let's talk about the pros first. First of all, you are able to cherry pick the right players for the team as you have full control over who stays and who goes. The next one is you can train good practices from a team-oriented viewpoint, devising strategies of the team, working on maneuvers, and so on and so on. And you can experience how a team progresses and improves together from the ground up. The cons to this is that you have to train basic teamwork from scratch and your team will have to learn to be together as a team. There are a lot of problems to solve when a new team is established. These are usually just growing pains, but sometimes decision-making about the roster and managing your team can be really hard. Only consider this if you have the time and dedication it takes to manage others. An important thing to notice here is that it is not necessary for you to be the leader. You can build a team to your liking and assign someone to lead it if you think that the chosen player is better suited for the task. Make this fun for you and for all the other members. This also applies to playing. If you are building a team to play in, make sure that you know what you want to play and don't search for others to that role. Now we are going to give you a plan for recruiting and trying out players who want to be a part of your team. This procedure is time-consuming, but it is to ensure that you start off with a really solid hand-picked team and not just doing some kind of social experiment. You can use this exact process or change it to your liking. If you think that there are things that could be done better, leave a comment with your ideas. Let's get back to the beginning. You posted your ads and messages start to arrive. The players are going to introduce themselves, answer the questions you raised in the ad and usually ask for the next steps. You can have a little chat with a potential recruit to get to know each other more. When you have the required number of players, you need to be able to communicate with them easily. Our tip is to create a Discord channel to organize your communications with the potential recruits. Discord is a really good tool to use for text or voice communications. In an indicated text channel, ask them to provide the following: current season rank, season high, role mained, notable heroes they perform well on, game ID or battle tag, Discord ID, age, and any additional data that you feel necessary. For example, can they shot call, do they have previous team experience, and so on and so on. Gather that information in a spreadsheet document. This will allow you to make balanced team lineup drafts with all roles. If there are more potential recruits than you need, you must still try them out somehow, making sure that you are not missing a diamond in the rough. We are going to talk about how to see how the players perform in their game. Once you have entered all their informations in a single sheet, start making teams with balanced SR. SR may not be the best indication of skill, but it is usable for our purposes right now. If you are only looking for recruits filling an already existing roster, organize them according to their mains. Each team must have at least 2 players for each role. If that is not possible, make sure that you rotate the players between the missing roles. This means that you must have 2 tanks, 2 DPS and 2 supports. You can have someone flexing, being able to play multiple roles, but try to aim for a solid lineup where preferably everyone stays in the same role. Make sure that you keep your main healer on Mercy, Ana or Zenyatta. Have your main tank able to play Reinhardt and Winston, and your off tank should be able to play at least Zarya. You should also have a hit scan, for example Soldier, and a projectile DPS, Pharah or Genji. If you have an already existing roster and you want to try out players for a specific role, then make sure that you keep your already existing players in their roles. You can try out more recruits at a time if you are missing more than one player. Now you have your recruits organized in teams. You may decide to play with them, but spectating their gameplay should tell a lot more about them individually. We recommend that you try playing in the lineups, as the communication and other aspects of team play should be experienced firsthand. The next part is about trying the players out and seeing how they perform. Schedule a time when everyone can play and scrim some. To have a good idea of their skills, perform your selection on all types of maps: escorts, hybrid, control and assault maps. If you want to be really careful who you choose, ask for some buddies to help. When making the team or teams scrim, have 2 people listening in to their communications and record the scrims with a mix of bird eye view and point of view. What you must pay attention to is who is the icebreaker, who talks to the others in their team first, who listens to calls and pays attention to their teammates, who calls flankers or important events, opponents ulting for example, how they call, long sentences or short precise words, calls only when dead or something else, who takes the first blood, who makes the first kill in the team you monitor. Who dies first? What is the cause? Pay attention to their positioning relative to their own team and the opposition. The tracking of their ultimates and the communications of it. Global positivity in the team. The propension to give up or to never admit defeat. You can add or remove criteria on your selection process regarding to what you are looking for in a recruit. This process should take up to 2 hours per 2 teams scrimming. You can evaluate 12 people every 2 hours. If you have more than 4 teams, you may need to have another round of selection to further reduce the number of people to trial. Mix up the players for the former team so they are not familiar with the players and do another round of scrimming against each other by paying attention to the same points. This way you can say bye-bye to anyone not fitting your team vision and keep the ones looking promising. Once everyone has been evaluated, the VOD is reviewed and you have reduced the number of recruits to a more manageable group, you can start to assess the remaining players following what you want for your team. Look at the hero pool for each player and try to build the deepest hero pool possible with your teammates. You should be able to build a roster that can do dives and death pulls. Or further down the criteria if you also want to give a try to a triple DPS or a quad tank. You can also decide not to consider these topics as important and work on these later, but you need to have a solid lineup that can adjust well to any meta. Make sure to send a message to everyone who participated in your trials and tell them why they did not make it. You can tell them that it is not definitive and that they can still be picked at a later time. Keep your connections healthy, as you can never know when someone you really wanted to pick decides not to participate in your final team. Tell your remaining 6 stack that they will now be tested as the potential final. Test your newly formed team against lower SR, equal SR and higher SR teams. It will show you how they react as a team when facing uncertainty. You can use the previously shown Discord servers to look for opponents. If one or more of the players in the active roster doesn't cut it after a few scrims, for example toxicity, not respecting the training schedule or anything else that comes up, you can still call one of the benched players to see how the team does with the new one. Now it is time to finalize the roster. Tell them that they are the chosen ones and start working together right away. If you are a player, schedule some scrims, review and improve. If you are a coach, it's now time to coach your team, teach them everything they lack, from basic positioning to proper calls and advanced concepts. Now the long road starts. It's going to take a good manager to keep your team from falling apart and help them in their growth as a player and as a team. We wish you good luck with that, and that you and your team will improve nicely and take obstacles easily. If you like what we are doing, please subscribe, give us a thumbs up and share this video. See you guys next time.
To join forces.